what I was also going to argue for my second reasoning of why I believe people really overthink is just your personality type. Do you know what I mean? You can always change your personality type through cognitive behavioral therapy and things like that, where you kind of, your personality is made up of your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Do you know what I mean? So you could always change it, but it's really hard to even identify what kind of personality type you have. But it's the people who tend to score high in the neurotic department, which is a form of neurotism. Neurotism is one of 5 of the big personality types, but it's also linked to anxiety, fear, moodiness, worry, envy, and frustration. Obviously not good traits right there, you know? So if you identify as somebody who falls under the neurotism category, try to identify it first. You know what I mean? Identify the things that you feel on a daily basis. Like I just mentioned, I'll repeat it: anxiety, fear, moodiness, worry, envy, and frustration. If you feel those on a daily basis, you're most likely to be under the neurotism category. Get out of that, because that's what's only furthering your overthinking. You know what I mean? You're not, obviously nobody's happy. It's stressful, it's annoying, not really fun to be around. Just identify that you know, you have the personal accountability to understand that you have this personality type. You just have to change it. Change your thoughts, change your feelings, change your actions. You know what I mean? Just like Brett said earlier, live in the present moment. Instead of fixating your mind on what's going to happen in a week from now, a month from now, 10 years from now. Focus on the present, because it's also coincidentally changing, you know, your thoughts in the present moment. If you choose to select the present moment as where you're going to be, not choose to, you know, think about even 5 years from now or some stupid shit like that.
Yeah, no, I'll just bring up the study real quick. So I did some research. It's a long title, so bear with me. I read an article. It was talking about improving intrapersonal skills to overcome the negative effects of overthinking in the disruption era. It's by Ray Peter, Damaya Naban, Sandy Sereni Listio, and Samuel Rubin. It talks about the effects of excessive worrying and rumination and overthinking. You know, an example is like COVID-19 or a change of work or study or school, maybe education, finance, all that can be a form of overthinking, relationships too. But it was a result of adjusting to change can like lead to this overthinking, and it can be focusing on the good and bad simultaneously. But more so, I think when you're overthinking, you're thinking more of the negative. The fear, the anxiety, the stress, the worrying. But what they did a study to see the results of what intrapersonal skills can do to affect overthinking, and they did a quantitative study. What the data showed, they took it from 100 people. It showed that interpersonal skills had a 74.3% effect on overthinking, while 25.7% were influenced by other factors. It's crazy to think about that.
That is. So what would a cure be for overthinking then? I think
I was literally asking this question earlier and both of you guys didn't answer it.
Oh, I don't even know. I'll answer it right now. I think by being aware and changing the makeup of your mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I said, changing your personality type. Most likely you're going to be under neurotism if you are overthinking on a daily basis. You have to identify that and then take yourself accountable. Change it, you know what I mean? Change your thoughts. Live in the present moment. All these other things that I just talked about.
I think another factor to that, though, is people living in the concept of perfectionism. People worrying about wanting everything to be perfect. Like, at the end of the day, you got to realize that everything you do, like, it's gonna come with a mistake. I shouldn't say everything, but a lot of stuff you do is gonna come with a mistake. I like that picture you sent me, well, us, that one time, where it was like the world if you make a mistake, the world if you don't make a mistake.
Same shit.
It's same shit. Like, if you make a mistake, I'm telling you guys, it's okay. It's gonna be okay. Not everything has to be perfect. Not even ourselves are perfect at the end of the day. You know what makes you think that our choices are gonna be? I think that has a major effect on people, though. Even me, like, it's happened to me before. Like, you ever wanted something to be so perfect, like, to the T, and it just wasn't, and it just pissed you off so much? I don't know, man. Just people gotta accept certain stuff like that. Like, not everything is gonna be, like, perfect, so.
Yeah, they need to step back, analyze what went wrong, they want to fix it, and then try again. They really need to just live in the presence, accept failure, accept stuff that happens, and just, you know, try and change that perspective, move on.
I think a lot of athletes overthink. Would you say hypothesize of things that are going to happen if they're, you know, doing it the right way? Do you know what I mean? That's another form of overthinking that you gave me an idea about, because when I used to play sports, we talked about it on our meditation episode. You kind of overthink, like, what's going to happen if I do this? Like, what would our coach say or something like that? There's a lot of overthinking of chasing perfectionism, and I really like what you said about the world. Like we've all talked about the world before you make a mistake, the world after. Nothing changes.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? It's just the reality in your mind that changes. just fine. You know what I mean? How are you supposed to learn if you get 100 on every test? How are you supposed to know what you got wrong? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's normal to get even a 90, 50, 10. Who knows? You know what I mean? You're never gonna have all 100s in life. So.
Now, we hope you enjoyed today's listen of the new podcast. Feel free to hit the subscribe button and also turn on bell notifications so that you never miss an upload of the Winners Club. You can also click right here. We just did a video with 2 guests talking about meditation and the benefits of meditation. Now, we hope you all have a lovely day and a great week. And we thank you all for the love and support. And until next time.